everyone, this is Don once again. As most of you know, last night the villagers moved the Water Lily Bridge across the turnpike and set it in place. Tonight I have for you the same video from the live feed I did last night, only this time it's played back at 10 times normal speed. So instead of taking about 2 hours to do, you're going to see it in about 10 minutes. I hope you enjoy this. We shot this video last night from the residence of Mike and Liz Canera, whose home backs up to the Water Lily Recreation Center parking lot. They were kind enough to let us camp out in their backyard and to use their internet connection to stream the live feed to YouTube. We started this live feed about 10 minutes before the turnpike actually closed, so in the darkness here you can see the cars going by. We started about 1,000 feet out from where the bridge is going to rest, and then we flew up to the 500-foot point, and that's where we stayed most of the night. The lights on the upper left are the village of DeLuna and Marsh Bend Trail. At this point I've speeded up the video playback to 10 times normal speed, and we'll keep it there until just about the very end. The lights at the top right are Brownwood, and to the left of that, the new Village Health and Brownwood Hotel. At this point, it's a little difficult to see what's going on, but I anticipated this, and I recorded everything in super high resolution. And in just a second, we'll zoom in, we'll have a nice close look, and we'll stay at this resolution for the rest of the video. While it may look like I'm over the turnpike itself, I'm actually on the south side of the turnpike and not near the roadway itself. For this video tonight, I'm being helped out by 3 other drone pilots: Mark Lundeen of the village of Pennycamp, Debbie Stern of the village of Finney, and Mike Hendricks of Ascend Media Productions. During the live streaming last night, there was also a chat window available, and there were quite a few questions asked. I wasn't able to answer any of them because I was occupied with trying to fly the drone and coordinate all our efforts. So in this video, I'll try and answer some of those questions as they came up. At this point, the traffic on the turnpike has stopped, and the movement that you see is either emergency vehicles or it's the construction vehicles getting ready to move the bridge. Last night, somebody asked the question, how much are taxpayers paying for this bridge? That's easy. 0. This is actually being paid for with the development bond funds for Community Development District 13. Since District 13 will own this bridge, and it's going to be a part of the common infrastructure, it will eventually fall under the project-wide agreement and will be maintained through the use of the project-wide fund. In the top left, you can see them moving the barricades out of the way now. A couple of people asked how I was doing this and what kind of aircraft I was flying. This was actually shot using 2 DJI Phantom 4 Pro drones, where we swap them every 15 to 20 minutes due to battery life limitations. Occasionally on the screen you'll see a short blip or a skip. That's when the drones are being shifted and the video feed transfers from one aircraft to the other. Just like that. The Villages was live streaming at the same time I was, and occasionally you'll see some lights pass through the screen. That's one of their 2 drones that's flying. Obviously their production is a little bit different than mine. They had a much bigger budget than I did, and of course they had much better access. I was limited to where I could safely fly my aircraft. They're laying down steel plates between the roadway and the median fill that was put in, so that when the bridge moves across it has a smooth transition. I did have a chance this morning to listen to some of the village's production, and it was very good, and they had a lot of good information in it. The production this time was much better than the one they did last time when they moved the Chitty Chatty Bridge. And last year's move of the Brownwood Bridge was almost done without any announcement whatsoever. As you can see, there's a lot of activity going on the ground as they get ready to start moving the bridge. The bridge is now moving towards the turnpike. Once they get the bridge fully onto the roadway, they'll rotate it perpendicular to the direction of travel of the road. This bridge, as well as the other two, and most of the multimodal tunnels here in the villages, were built by Loire Construction, which is a local company in Leesburg. You can see the bridge starting to be rotated. Now they're going to roll the bridge all the way to its new home. As the bridge approaches the columns that will eventually support it, they slow down and they make sure everything is properly aligned and all their measurements were accurate. The bridge is almost to its final resting place, and all of a sudden there's a flurry of activity on the ground. The bridge sat in this position for the next hour and a half. In the other video, they try to play this off as something normal. They have to go get some plywood and put it underneath the wheels to raise the bridge up a few inches. My question is, if this was normal, why did it take so long to get the plywood? If this was normal, wouldn't it already be staged right there where they're going to need it? My guess is somebody dropped a decimal point during calculations, and they missed it by about 3 inches. Getting this bridge in place is the first step. There's still quite a bit of work to go. On the left side of the bridge, they have another span they have to build to go over the gas line that runs right below it. On the right side, they still have a lot of work to do in the village of Richmond before it'll be suitable for golf cart traffic to move through there. And of course, on both sides, they've got to build the ramps to go up to the bridge. The time frame for all of this is still anybody's guess. We sat hovering and watching for over half an hour as they tried to figure out what to do. As you can see, they still don't have the plywood down. That doesn't happen for about another half an hour. We decided to call it a night, pack up our stuff and go home. It was still quite interesting to watch this whole bridge being moved. Quite a feat of engineering. This is the Water Lily Rec Center that we're flying towards, and beyond that, the streets that you see are in the village of DeLuna. Just beyond the parking lot on the ground is the second drone. You can see its lights flashing. Landing the drone in the dark was a little more challenging than expected, but we still had no problem. This is what things looked like on Tuesday morning, before the bridge move actually started. And this is what it looks like today. This is looking north on the turnpike. This is the view in the daylight from where we were shooting our live stream at last night. This is the other side of the turnpike looking south. And that about wraps things up. Thank you as always for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. Look for the next construction video coming up in a week or so.